to another episode. Let's talk about it, Squeeze.
Gio.
And today we're going to talk about the Lakers. I mean, safe to say they haven't had the best start to the season so far. Knowing what LeBron James type teams, a change is coming.
Yeah.
At least I think we could at least predict that far out.
Yeah.
A change is coming.
As it should.
So I think we're going to debate today is the two people who might be most likely to be changed. Vogel or Westbrook. So that's the choice today. I mean, which one you think, if either. It might not be none at all. That could be a choice as well. But out of those two, which one you think would be,
I think, salute to Vogel. He did win the championship.
For sure.
With the Lakers.
For sure.
He solidified with, LeBron and AD. So the two core pieces is still there.
Mm-hmm.
I am critical of Westbrook a lot of the time, but if a change did happen to take place, which I think, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Right.
I would say bring in somebody other than Vogel. I would say keep Westbrook.
You say keep Westbrook?
I think it's been short. Like, he hasn't been MVP.
Right.
But he hasn't been, he had some bad games.
He's leading the league
in turnovers. He had some bad games.
He's leading the league in turnovers.
18, 8-8 right now.
And five turnovers.
That's not good.
Yeah, so.
That's not good. The 5 turnovers, I don't like it. But I feel like LeBron don't need much to win, right?
Right.
But I think the team has enough. So if I'm looking at the team having enough, I don't like the style of play when LeBron is not out there. So like when LeBron out there, most of the time he's going to be able to keep the team in the game. He's going to be able to communicate with AD and get people in. But then Vogel, your turn to coach is when LeBron's not on the floor, because he should not be playing 38 minutes.
For sure. He
can, but they should be able to win playing him 35 minutes max. They got MVP Russell Westbrook and AD. They got Rondo. I think they got good role players too. Like, I like their team. I don't like Vogel a lot.
Well, I mean, going to your Vogel point, that does make sense, right? He's a defensive-minded coach, right?
Right.
The Lakers' issue is not it's not offense. It's defense.
Right.
Like, they can score, but defensively, they one of the worst in the league. After every game, AD is like, yo, we suck defensively. Like, we suck. Like, their struggle is now is defense. And if you're the coach and that's supposed to be your calling card, and they can't get it together and you can't build a scheme, he might not just be the best fit for that team.
Right.
I think that team right now should embrace being an offensive team. Like, trying to outscore you while playing defense in spots. Like, I think that team is suited for that. They're not suited to be a defensive juggernaut and a lot of people down. Look what they got. Westbrook's not a good defender. Brian about to be 37. I mean, how much can he keep up with some of these younger dudes? AD is a good defender, but they got him at center now, and AD just never played aggressive and angry enough for center. So,
the year they won,
yeah,
did he play center a lot?
That was more Dwight and JaVale. Like, a lot of they had them.
Should they go back to that?
I mean, it can help. I mean, I know the last couple of games they've been putting AD at center, but they still been giving up 120, 130 points a game. I think the issue with that team is they're just not the team is not built around to be a defensive team.
Right.
Or maybe when they're missing 2 key pieces right now, maybe if those key pieces come back, that could improve the defense enough. They're missing Ariza, they're missing Kendrick Nunn, 2 pretty good defenders. I mean, with them coming back, maybe that could push somebody, back there. But what looks worse, though? Like, you getting rid of a coach who just won a championship? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or getting rid of Russ. I mean, Russ been getting rid of the whole time.
Right.
But Vogel just won a chip. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, are you really just going to abandon ship? Eagles did that.
And it didn't look good.
You know what I'm saying? The Eagles did that. They won the championship, and Doug was gone, like, you know what I'm saying, a season later, 2 seasons later. So, I don't know how that looks in the grand scheme of things.
It won't look good. It won't. So somebody has to, a change has to be made. And I don't, so like, to your point, I agree. Like,
yeah, like
Vogel, he still got that card. Like, no, I just want a chip.
For sure.
But I think, that's why I just want them to get it together, because I want them to be competitive because they're a good enough team. And
is it that or you got a soft spot for Westbrook? Because he's getting traded every single year.
And
bro.
I don't,
every single year,
I'll
bro.
diss Westbrook, but I don't want to see him get
again, bro. Hometown
Right.
lets you go in 20 games.
I want to
bro.
see him be effective. I want to see him be effective on a good team, because I know how great he is.
I mean, ideally though, how would you play them different than what they're doing now? I mean, I don't like the fact Westbrook takes almost 4 to 5 threes a game, bro. That's just not your game. But he also doesn't have the same burst
That he
had to blow by people and lay it up. He's never been a great shooter. So, I mean, it's really hard to put him in spots unless they just embrace running and just run and gun. But you got LeBron out there who ain't the fastest right now. I mean, you got Avery Bradley. Like, why are y'all starting Avery Bradley? This is not 2014, bro. Like, why are you starting Avery Bradley? Like, it's not. That's not conducive to how that team is built right now.
Right.
Like, Avery Bradley should be on the bench. Like, it's not.
Right.
It's not 2014. Like, your team. It's not this defensive squad.
And how do you feel about Kent Bazemore?
He's been horrible.
At the beginning
bro.
of the season, I'll tell you this. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I watch every Lakers game, but I watch a lot of them. I watched a lot of the Warriors games last year, right?
Yeah. He was way better for the Warriors.
But the thing that would happen would be, like, he would do plays on defense. You'd be like, yo, that's why that's why teams be picking him up.
Right.
Then it's like, never mind. Kent Bazemore will have, I feel like he'll have a couple of good defensive plays. But then if he has the ball in his hand for more than 3 seconds, 3 dribbles, it's like, what are we doing? Like, like it becomes a liability. Like, if he don't catch and shoot, which sometimes I don't even want that because it'll be weeks where it's dropping, weeks where it's not. But he was starting at the beginning of the season. It was like, all right, get him out of the lineup. But back to the Vogel point and the Westbrook point, I've always noticed when people say this is true, like, turning the ball over makes your defense worse. So to your point, Westbrook has to get the 5 turnovers down because it makes playing defense harder if y'all keep having to run down the court because of turnovers.
And Bron is known for, like, at least giving me 4 a game, bro. Like, so if I got Westbrook giving me 5, Bron giving me 4, we know we ain't getting rid of Bron. That's like 9 turnovers right there, bro.
Right.
Like, that's 18 points if the team convert.
Right.
And they shoot threes, and it's even more. So that you can't. Westbrook cannot be making the same mistakes he's been making his whole career. At some point, it just gotta click, and it just hasn't. Still hasn't, like, you know what I'm saying, clicked for him yet. As far as, like, you know, you gotta give him a grace period about how to fit in. But if you was them, when is your threshold? Like, when it's like, all right, fam, we gotta blow this. Some guy have like how many games right now?
Right.
They are what? They are 8 and 9.
8 and 9.
That's 17 games. How many games before you like, all right?
I think Lakers play Detroit tomorrow.
Yeah.
They need to what they
like
they need something to build their confidence, something they can build on. But let's stick with the Westbrook statement, because that's true. Like, at some point in your career, you become like Jordan, super explosive in the 80s, right?
Right.
In the 90s, he became more cerebral and still a volume scorer at times, but it was like more like, you know, I'm living right here. Like, I might blow by you and still, but I'm living with, you know, bread and butter. You've seen LeBron start to, like, not always bullying people, like, start to live with, like, all right, I'm playing with my mind first. Even AI, when he went to Denver, he had some of his easiest 27 point per game seasons, like 26 and 27 point per game season, like, because it's like, all right, the game is easier now. Like, I know my spot super well. And with Westbrook, they're not asking you to be OKC Westbrook. So I feel like if he uses this first, this can be his easiest season, like, where he should look the best. Like, he could have Chris Paul 18 and 10 type, where it looked like, yo, he's a crazy point guard.
For sure.
It can't be the 5 threes.
Yeah. I think just because the way the starting line is constructed, like, they got some dudes that can hit threes every now and then, but I'm not worrying about AD shooting a 3. I ain't worrying about Bron shooting a 3. I damn sure ain't worrying about Westbrook shooting a 3. I'm damn sure not really worried about Avery Bradley. You know, he's shooting from a good clip. I'm not worrying about him. I'm not running out for him either. It's just like, there's so many like the floor
Spaces.
shrinks. Bron can't. His first step is gone. Like it's not the same. Like he's older now.
Right.
So it's just the way the team's constructed. They need like it's just not where it is right now. So if you're looking for the Vogel point, it's like, all right, how is he supposed to get it together? I mean, this is kind of like a thrown together squad that don't really, fit. DeAndre Jordan shouldn't get any minutes. He just don't fit. He don't fit. Like
So
that's why the Nets ain't playing. He don't fit right now, bro. Like he don't. His game just not work. Like that only works with somebody who has some type of skill, like a DeAndre Ayton, who is not the most skilled offensive player, but he can do so many different things and he can score. Like you need to give me more than even JaVale McGee is doing better in his minutes for the Suns than what
what
DeAndre
I felt
can do.
like somebody like JaVale McGee did, and other players more so, was if I know I'm not going to get on the court to do this, then I'm going to be the best at this. And DeAndre Jordan is not the best blocker anymore. He's not the best anything anymore. So it's like, same with Russell Westbrook. If he's like, all right, I'm not knocking down three, I'm going to have three steals. I'm locking up.
Horrible.
Like,
it's horrible.
It has to be something that he,
His defense always been bad to me though, bro. They hyped it up remember that one time during the Olympics, he had like 6 steals, and they was like, yo, he is a lockdown defender. After that, everybody was calling him a lockdown defender because of that one Olympic game. He's just never been a good defender like that though. So when I personally think probably the Westbrook thing will blow up first, even though it will really bad on his career, bro. Like that's like the final nail in the coffin. Like you've been traded 5-6 times in the last 5-6 years, and then your hometown let you go. Like you couldn't even make it work with Bron and AD. Like you couldn't even make it work with Bron and AD. Like that's like the final nail and like a damage and remark on your legacy right there. Like so, I mean, I'm probably rolling with Westbrook. I mean, I can't see them getting rid of Vogel unless he hasn't been on the hot seat long enough for them to get rid of Vogel. I could see Westbrook now because Westbrook's been on the hot seat since it started. They're like, yo, Westbrook, don't fit it, don't work. That's been going on since the season started. So it's already a microscope on that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking that's going to end up, bro. I think Westbrook probably be gone 45 games.
Is it anybody that you thought that a trade could possibly work? Just throwing something.
Nah, I mean, if I thought a 3-team trade for Ben would work, but not with Russ going to the Sixers because Morey and Russ ain't work. But Russ going to a third team, Ben going to LA.
Gotcha.
And the Sixers getting, somebody else like off the, a bunch of picks and then a player from that third team.
Gotcha.
Or the Lakers, somebody from the Lakers, whatever, and another player. I think I mean because you got Ben there, Rich Paul.
Right. Oh no, definitely. That's where
LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. I think Ben would fit perfectly in that system. So I think that will be like, I don't think that's on the radar, but if they could finagle something or, everything grow, that will look, ideal as far as like, what to see there. But I think, you got anything else on this one?
Last thing I'm gonna ask. So how long is Nunn out for?
None. I mean, he had a setback. So I mean, he had a original injury. Then they found he had a bone bruise. So that put him out another couple of weeks. So you're looking at. They said he's not nowhere near close. So right now you're looking at another month before Nunn come back. Ariza's like another month.
Right.
So I mean, Ariza 37. So I don't know 36, 37. I don't know which much you're gonna get out of him. But
it's gonna be interesting to see. I
want
to see how.
My question for you is, what you think will happen to who you think gonna fall off minutes wise?
That's why I'm like
like who you gonna not play at all? You need to like.
Right.
I want to still see Monk.
I want to see Monk, and I envision Wayne Ellington having one of his better seasons because he had some good shooting seasons.
He might be chalked off that list. Yeah, it might be Wayne, the rookie Austin Reeves, which I really like him too. But they're gonna. I think he wanted to have a Caruso type of thing where, he just don't get a lot of tick, and then like when he does, like he'll have to earn it like a little bit every year. Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm curious to see who's gonna fall off in that rotation.
Right.
Because while Melo is balling, you could find a better piece to fit in his spot. Like, because when it's good, but when it's not, and you trying to come back, or if you're trying to establish a certain type of offense to maintain a lead or something, Melo's isn't ideal. Like the isolation is not ideal when I'm trying to keep a 15, 20-point
Right.
lead, which is why when Bron was out, they lost 20-point leads to OKC. Like they keep losing leads. They're off the certain players' offense is not designed about getting easy buckets and you know. So I'm curious to see how Vogel makes all that work. But I think Vogel has a year. Like I think if Vogel gets fired, it's going into the off season. Like, and I think Westbrook, if he's get like trade or releases in the season.
Right.
Like, so that's where I stand on it. But that's what we think about. You know, as far as Lakers, Westbrook or Vogel, which one you think is going to be with the team? You know, or fire first, get rid of first. If any, you might not even think either. Might be somebody else. Get it together for sure.
Get it together, man.
So it's another episode. Let's talk about it. If you like the content, like, subscribe. I hope everybody is, man. If you like it, give us feedback in the comments as well. Have a good day, man. Peace.